Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Fajr, وَالْفَجْرِ وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ وَالشَّفْعِ وَالْوَتْرِ. If we reflect on the meaning of this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by the Al-Fajr, وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ, the 10 nights, وَالشَّفْعِ وَالْوَتْرِ, the even and the odd. And the scholars tell us that al-layal al-ashr is the first 10 days of Zul Hija. وَالشَّفْعِ وَالْوَتْرِ, some scholars say the shaf is on the 10th day, which is the day of Al-Eid. Wal-Watr is the 9th day, which is the day of Arafah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is swearing by these 10 days for their importance. And as we know, Saudi Arabia has announced that today, Al-Jum'ah, is the first day of Zul Hija. For today is the first day of these 10 days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by. How important there is. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, مَا مِنْ أَيَّامٍ أَعْظَمُ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ وَلَا أَحَبُّ إِلَيْهِ الْعَمَلْ فِيهِنَّ مِنْ هَذِهِ الْأَيَّامِ الْعَشْرِ. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, there is no other days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves more and loves the deeds in them more than these 10 days. These 10 days that we live now, subhanallah. So Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, فَاكْسُرُوا فِيهِنَّ مِنَ التَّكْبِيرِ وَالتَّهْلِيلِ وَالتَّحْمِيدِ. So we should mention Allah a lot and thank Allah a lot in these 10 days that starts today, inshallah. And if we reflect on these 10 days, subhanallah, and Layal Ashr, when they asked Ibn Taymiyyah, what is better, the first 10 days of Zul Hija or the last 10 days of Ramadan? He said the first 10 days of Zul Hija are better than the last 10 days of Ramadan, but the last 10 nights of Ramadan are better than the first 10 nights in Zul Hija. So the days themselves, these 10 days we live, are the best 10 days in the year, subhanallah. And as Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told us, all the deeds and the best deeds and the most loved deeds to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the deeds we do in this next 10 days. And they tell us that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used to fast this 9 days, the first 9 days, because the 10th day is the Eid day, and we should not fast on the Eid day, subhanallah. And if we cannot fast on the first 9 days, we should fast the 9th day, which is Yawm Arafah, because Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam tells us if we fast Yawm Arafah, it forgives between the 2 days. So if we fast every year for the day of Arafah, it will forgive our deeds till the next year or the last year. So inshallah, we do our best to fast the day of Arafah. And the day of Arafah, when they asked the Sayyida Aisha radiallahu anha, what is the day of Arafah? She said, it is the day when the Muslim stands on Arafah. So it's a day when the Muslims stand on Arafah, and this year, inshallah, will be Saturday, not tomorrow. The following Saturday is when the Muslims will stand on Arafah. And as we know, some brothers celebrate, start Zul Hija earlier or later, and celebrate the day of Arafah a day early or a day late. And we hear that some people even go to Arafah for Al-Hajj a day early or a day late, thinking that they are right, and the other millions that go that they are wrong, subhanallah. And here, just to stress, they tell us that one of the Sahaba prayed behind Uthman ibn Affan and Az-Zuhr, and he prayed Az-Zuhr so many rak'ahs. So after he prayed, he said, I prayed after Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, different. And I'm behind Abu Bakr, the same as the Rasul. Behind Umar, the same as Abu Bakr and Rasul. So they told him, why didn't you stand up and say that he prayed wrong? He said, no, the unity of Muslims is much more important. Again, the unity of Muslims, rather than the brothers who go out to say we didn't see the Hilal and misguide people in fasting the wrong day, because the day of Arafah is the day when the Muslim stands on Arafah. This is the day, the best day of the year, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives the most. And yet we get a few brothers who say Allah will forgive us and won't forgive the rest, because we know better that the day of Arafah is a different day, subhanallah, rather than the unity. And it is the day where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks at the Muslim standing on Arafah and says, I have forgiven you all, subhanallah. And the shaitan, it is the worst day for him in the whole year, because he says, I made them sin all year around, and now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forgiven them so easily. all my efforts has gone. So it's the day of Arafah, and it is the best day for dua, because it's said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts the dua in this day. So inshallah we pray to Allah and ask for His forgiveness in the day of Arafah, inshallah.